perspective, League has 169 champions. Each champion comes with 5 unique abilities. If we do some simple math, we end up with a fucking ridiculous number. And that's just the beginning. Over 200 items, 14 years of competitive history. People who've been playing the game before some high schoolers were even born. What I'm trying to say is that League of Legends has been out for way too long. And when the game has been one of the most popular titles for 16 years, you have some of the most painful experiences to deal with as a new player. Oh my god! No! Oh my god, I can't fucking play this game. God fucking damn it. Rules are pretty simple. Get to level 30 within 14 days. And the punishment for failing is to ask my gym crush out. I picked this punishment because it's probably the last thing a League player would do. And thus began 2 weeks of absolute pain and suffering that would maybe eventually lead to me asking out my gym crush. Since it isn't my first time playing this game, I'm just going to skip over the tutorial, which meant I had to pick a role and a champion to play. Upon doing some research, I found out the most optimal role for learning was mid lane, and for the champion, I picked Akali because, she's hot. Upon playing my very first game, I realized this challenge was going to be way harder than I thought. The MOBA genre was something completely new, and coming from FPS games, this was a completely different environment. I had to learn concepts like creep score, items, wave management. And while I was playing, I even had a hard time trying to find my character model when I was in a big team fight.
So scary, man. Wait, I don't even know I joined them. What?
And with a game like League, where games usually last upwards of 20 minutes, and you pick a character like Akali, who is one of the hardest champions in the game, you're kind of stuck on the character until the game is over. And that feeling is worse when the game almost ends up taking an hour.
I'm so close, man.
I knew Akali wasn't the play, so I decided to pick an easier character to grasp the very basics. Vex turned out to be a good option because her abilities were quite simple, and the game ended up going a lot better than my last one. I quickly racked up a bunch of kills, which was quite surprising. But it was up until a certain point when I realized the game was not progressing.
How is a swift play game taking 50 minutes?
So naturally, I was curious as to what my teammates were doing.
What the hell is this Master Yi doing?
That was when I realized I might be playing against the bots. I eventually decided to push the lane by myself, and when I saw this Malphite standing there, I was sure these were bots. I don't know which is worse, not knowing these are bot players or actually like losing against them. Like, these people felt like real people to me. But upon finding out, there was also this feeling that if I was struggling this much against bots, then I basically won't survive against real players. On day 2, I wanted to try a different character, specifically an assassin. So I decided to pick Fizz, and I got my ass kicked so hard I went 2 for 13.
Yo, jungler, bro, help!
I kind of realized jumping between many characters was probably just about the worst decision I could